Broadcast live.
Let me ask you, I'm going to ask you to answer this question, right? Are you significant or are you relevant? Who want to step in the room and address the elephant?
Yeah.
I'm asking you the question.
You know, that was the question. You know, so I mean, if you listen to that song, I'm like almost having a conversation with myself, but it was all of these questions that I was picking up from the street.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? And it was just like having a conversation with myself going, pick a lane. You know what I'm saying? I mean, I tried to do the walking and dabbing and try to jump on this lane.
Yeah.
And in as much as like, you know, I love A1 for that because he was also introducing me to there's a new wave coming, you know? Yeah, but it didn't translate so well for me. You know, and so it's me going, I'm gonna pick a lane, I'm gonna be significant and not try to be relevant, you know? Yeah.
All right,
Does that answer your question?
Thank you. That's all I was asking, you know. Chicco's my joint, man. I mean, I was asking myself, how long did you take to get that, you know? I mean, like, did you find that beat just made the arrangement, everything about that beat? For me, I think it's gonna inspire producers to actually start looking into South Africa. It's not quite though. South African bubblegum music.
Yeah.
Because I've never heard a bubblegum song being done so well in hip hop. Wow. I don't know.
And that's crazy.
What did you think when you heard that beat?
When I heard it, it was like when I heard Tory Lanez say that he did not know the original Brownstone song when he did that Say It, Join.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
I was like, so you didn't, I thought he heard the song and he chopped it, but he executed it so well. So sometimes I think when it's the younger generation kind of like translates that music, something magical happens, like what Joe King did.
Yeah.
But let me tell you a story about this song. So me and KG used to clown.
Yeah.
Like KG is one guy who knows how to emulate every singer.
Yeah.
I want, you've got to tell me now what you want.
Yeah.
All the time.
Yeah.
And then I used to joke around with my wife all the time about the song.
Yeah.
It's a song I randomly sing all the time. It's one of my favorite Chicco joints.
Yeah.
Wife is like, you gotta do the song. The song is gonna be a smash. Just do it.
Yeah.
I send the beat to Joe King. We jump in the studio. Man, we kill that joint in literally like an hour or so. Yeah. KG did the voices. KG and Joe King put together. Amazing.
Is that a voice?
That's a voice, yeah.
You guys, you see, you mixed it like a voice. Yeah. You never mixed it like an instrument.
Yeah.
And I have a problem with that because it plays on one speaker in the beginning.
Oh yes.
And it just jumped me. You just came from a jump with the Casper joint, and then it played because the sound is clear there. Then like you played from one speaker, you mixed it like a voice and not like an instrument.
So I mean, there's been like a lot of reviews with like the mixes and stuff like that.
Yeah.
But you know, like I said, I was like, this thing's gotta go. I'm gonna let it go.
Yeah.
You know, but we're definitely gonna put out a remastered Planet of the Have-Nots Deluxe with some few joints that did not make the album. You know, I have this amazing joint with Stogie and Just C that did not make the album.
Oh wow.
I couldn't wait for people to hear that.
Yeah.
So Deluxe, remastered, Planet of the Have-Nots, coming soon.
But Chicco is well done, man. It's amazing. And like I'm saying,
what Chicco had to say.
I was about to ask, did you played, but did Chicco hear it?
So I reached out to Buddha Rock. Shout out to Buddha. I reached out to Spoo.
I really want to hear what he said.
I'm like, Spoo, yo, I just did a Chicco sample. And everybody's, you know,
he ain't gonna allow it.
He ain't gonna allow it.
Forget it. Yeah. And I don't blame him.
And he's like, yo, don't worry, I'll chat to him. He sends me his number. I reach out to him, struggle to get a hold of him. Finally picks up the call. Khuli. I'm like, man, I just did one of his songs. I'm gonna send it to you. If you don't mess with it, I send it to him.
Yeah.
He's like, you got my blessings. It's dope. And then after the final cut, I sent it to him again, like I think 2 weeks ago. Yo. His response was just like, okay, we good. Okay, I'm done. He loves it. He's like, congratulations. Go out and do your thing, you know what I mean? So, yeah, that was just I need like
you gotta
I
shoot
felt
a
like
video for that.
I felt like I needed that cosign. You know what I mean? I needed that cosign, and he gave me that cosign.
Let me give you an
100%.
example. Let me give you an example of what this beat does, right?
Yeah.
When you've got like you all I need to get back, right? And RZA just does what he does on that, and then they send it to the guy who wrote it first.
Yeah.
And the guy goes, "Oh wow." And then the person who hears it for the first time thinks that that's the original song.
Yeah.
You know, and all of a sudden it shifts the genre and everybody starts doing that.
Yeah.
It's the first time a bubblegum song has been sampled so well.
Man.
And done so well. Which now the challenge is, how can more South African hip hop artists bring that? You see, when you look at what AKA and what we young and them and doing when they're doing, okay, so all those things, they started somewhere, you know?
Yeah.
They started somewhere. I mean, look, I don't want to make it like Squatter, but like Landela with tracks like that, you know? Dali Mawaza with tracks, they started somewhere.
Yeah.
The guys just improved a thing that was there.
Yeah.
You've started a thing that was never there. That's that sample.
Yeah, that's bubblegum.
That's bubblegum.
That's bubblegum.
No one has sampled bubblegum. I mean, you know what they need to do now? I'm a poor man who needs some money. I was thinking, so
Give on my
mama's baby. You know,
that's me and the wife's favorite song as well.
You know what I mean?
But you know what bubblegum had?
And you know what?
It had, the
it had the story, the narrative.
The story,
you know.
But the beats,
the
bro,
beats,
the bottom,
you know.
Yeah.
I'm keep it diamond, you know.
Yeah.
Yo, listen, they were saying, you know, the Super Hot Sticks burnout thing. They saying that disco actually copied, American disco copied our shit. They copied that Super Hot Stick, and then obviously they made it what it is.
Yeah.
So for me, if you guys, if more producers can actually open up their minds to old bubblegum South African music.
Yo, man, there's a lot. Keepy go.
Keepy.
Go.
Please say what, please tell me what, please just tell them what time I SMS'd you.
It was, I think it was in the AMs, right? Yeah? Where's my phone? It was in the AMs, B. But when you said Chicco, I was like, I never thought that's a joint you would fuck with at all. You know what I'm saying?
Because y'all niggas think I'm from the suburbs.
I didn't think that was a joint you would fuck with. And, you know, like, if you know, if I'm an OG, right, I guess it's my responsibility to also school the youngins on the generations that even came before me.
And if it's a young producer, the other young producers are saying, yo, we gotta fuck with that sound, because it's not like as an old producer, he got his old vinyls.
Yeah.
It's a young producer fucking with the sound.
Yeah, and it's also coming from like, you know what also just really breaks my heart in how we're kind of set up, you know, like I wish radio had like a bubblegum
section,
like a bubblegum slot.
Yeah.
You know, when you go to America, you know, they still play that old school R&B.
They even got a whole channel for it.
Yeah, you know, that's why, you know, what's her name? Peebo Bryson is still popping out there.
Yo, man, Peebo Bryson getting chicks from that stuff.
You know what I'm saying? So I think the sad thing is just like how we've operated over the years. It's just like, as soon as like there's a new genre that comes in, it's gotta for it to live, this one's gotta die. Man. For Kwaito to live, bubblegum had to die. For hip hop to be big, Kwaito had to die. And now we at that Mapiano.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Man, I just thought of Gorilla Man.
Yeah, that was and like, you know,
my wife. It was doing some shit.
So you can imagine, I was like in the 80s, I was like a kid, and these are the songs I used to.
That's what we all grew up on. So hearing Chicco like that, it just fucked me up. Yeah. I was like, I've always wanted to do something like, you know, I always go, if I could just spend time. I just don't have time for studio time, you know. Yeah. But I just like, you know, my biggest dream is to settle and just be in a studio.
Yeah.
That's my dream.
Yeah.
You know, people go, yo, I want to have this big house. We don't have it. I'm like, oh, that shit gonna happen anyway. Yeah. I just say that.
So when you watch the Fine Ones, and that scene with Dr. Dre in his studio in his house, that must have fucked you up. Man.
That's it. My dream is, and not to worry about the bills, not just to sit and just go and get like like the homeboy you saying you got from Maptown, and call him in the studio, just, yo, come through, here's the engineer, do the thing. And then they just, and then and we just do shit, and we just take it out. Yo, man, I don't even want niggas to pay, you know. I just like, just come through.
Just come and
just
work.
come through, let's work.
Yeah, man.
Let's craft sound.
Yeah.
Because when I was listening to Chicco, it made me think of, we've forgotten that music is a creation.
Yeah.
It's not a sound.
And
because
also,
we're chasing a sound and we're not chasing creation.
And also, I felt like it was important to remind people that also come from that era that, yo, Chicco is a force to be reckoned with. His catalog, he's the genius of, you know, of Chicco. Like, that guy is amazing. And for me, him opening his heart to me was just like definitely a highlight of my career.
And I back Chicco up for not allowing anyone to use this shit. Because people just do this because they want to be like Americans with sampling.
Yeah. They're
not doing it properly. There's no real heart. Because that's why when I said Riz and them were doing it, when they sampled something, they knew what it meant to them.
Yeah.
So for me, that Chicco song comes like you guys know what it meant.
Yeah.
Because you never just rap your shit. You still get the you know what I mean?
The melodies, oh man.
You guys respected that, but you also brought it to today.
Yeah.
So shout out for Chicco for letting that happen, man. You know. And who's Shah who put money on it?
Oh, Shawani Gekana was like, at the time when, you know, you're looking for somebody to believe. So Shawani came in right after the Ventilation mixtape. Mm-hmm. The whole dropping a solo thing is becoming a real thing. Mm-hmm. I'm like maybe about 4 joints in. So Futumatas, Tandwa Sam, I think Let It Roll, Talk Stick Him. Yeah, Shawani put money.
Yeah, fucking hot joints.
Yeah,
you know, your demo, as your EP.
As a demo, Shawani put in money to shoot the Talk Stick Him video. And I mean, he had a full-time job at the time, and he was just juggling. So, man, and at the time, I used to move with some dudes. I can't mention their name. We'll talk about it offline, right? I used to move with the squad of dudes who had like new money.
Yeah.
We used to have a bunch of meetings. And I was sure, like, this was gonna be like, you know, when Mabala Noise came out.
Yeah, that was the original Mabala opportunity, right?
Yeah, when I was like, fuck, finally I'm gonna have somebody who's gonna put
back it up.
Big money on my project. And man, they just kind of took me on this long joyride going nowhere. And this guy who didn't have much believed in it. He's like, okay, cool. What do you need? I need to shoot a video for Talk Stick Him. What else you need? I need to finish the album. And then I started moving with him. You know what I mean? He used to give me his car. I used to live on his couch. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, Shah put some money on it.
Shout out.
Yeah,
shout out, you know. Out of everything you've been through though, what do you think is the biggest blessings that you have? I mean, we obviously talk about your challenges, and I'm glad that we got to know who you are on this album, but what do you think has been the biggest blessing for Khuli?
The biggest blessing was being benched by the game, you know, and some will like to maybe disagree and say, no, that wasn't like that. You know, like it's a conversation between, is it a comeback but he never left thing. But truth is, like, in that drought, I also got to learn that it's the main thing that got me all of these opportunities, the Absolute, the KFCs, and all these brand partnerships, the Maftown Heights, and being complacent.
And just so y'all know, Khuli is a part owner of Maftown Heights.
Yeah.
So when he talks about it in that way, that's what it is.
Yeah, you know, so it made me realize that being complacent was like kind of spitting in, you know,
in the face of the main thing.
In the face of the main thing and God, and just like, yo, I've given you all these jewels. This is the main thing. This is the thing that opened the doors. And at one point, I thought I was bigger than the main thing. I thought like, yo, you know, I got some cheating codes, you know, and that was the blessing. You know, the drought was a true blessing.
Broadcast live